we'll go with the organization structure. Now, what is organizations? So in generic, now I see like everybody, like almost 90% people audience in this particular session have some sort of previous experience, right, in some kind of a technology. Now, if at all I have to explain you like what is organization means, let's say when you got hired into your companies, they might have told you, okay, you work for this particular department or you are part of this particular department. Maybe that can be a Java department, DBA department, or web service department, whatever it is. So a particular employee who belongs to a particular department is nothing but in Workday, we call it as an organization. Okay, so again in Workday we have different types of organization. For example, we have supervisory organization, we have cost center hierarchies, we have company hierarchies, region hierarchies, location hierarchy, we have custom organizations, we have something like matrix organization. So we have different types of organization. And why we have this many types of organizations? Because Workday have said like, in any client, for any client you take, whether it's a big client, medium client, low client, like small client, whoever it is, if they have more organization structure, if that particular client is there in 100 different countries, then still this Workday should be apt for them to go and use this particular system. So that's the reason they have given different types of organizations, but for each and every organization there is a methodology. It's not like they have simply given it, but there is kind of some background functionality of a type of organization. If at all you take a region, okay, if you take like Dana, so if Dana is working in India, then your company can treat as Dana is part of Asia Pacific region. Let's say if Naveen is in US, then they can say that Naveen is in North American region. So that way, every type of an organization have its own importance, and there is also an importance for its own hierarchies as well. Okay, but out of these 10 types of organization, the most very important type of organization is supervisory organization. So supervisory organization is what? That's the reason, that's in the first point. Supervisory, why it is very important is because whenever you hire employees in Workday, you always tend to hire employees in supervisory organizations. You will not hire employees in any other type of organizations. Always you will try to hire employees in supervisory organizations, and you maintain their data in supervisory organizations. But yes, you can tag an employee, or you can assign an employee, you can assign a cost center to an employee, you can assign a company to an employee, you can assign a region to an employee, saying that this employee is part of this region, this cost center, this company and all. But in Workday, we always say that this employee is hired in this supervisory organization. Okay, and the next one is your subordinate organization. Subordinate is nothing but which is a child node of your parent organizations, because we know if you see your hierarchy, for example, if you are working in any company, you might have an hierarchy. You might have a manager, you might have a senior manager, you might have a director. So there might be a level of hierarchies for you in your companies as well, right? In the same way in Workday, we have like supervisory organization and subordinates hierarchy. Subordinate is something like a child kind of an organization. It is still supervisory organization, but any organization below a supervisory organization, we call it as an subordinate organization. So we will try to see that. And then additional organization types and hierarchies, which was just explained. Organization assignments on supervisory organization. So this is kind of a tricky part in organizations. Okay, so let's say now I have hired one employee in one department, and there is something like a cost center, company, regions, everything is there. Now every time I cannot go and manually assign everything. Okay, so even if at all you're an HR, you know that pain. If at all you're hiring a person, and again after the person got hired, again if you want to go and add these cost centers and everything, it would be a pain for everybody. So Workday has come up with a simple logic, a simple kind of an functionality where they say that if you automatically assign certain cost centers, companies, regions to a supervisory, then any employee who is hired in that particular supervisory will automatically inherit these company cost centers, regions and everything, so that you don't need to explicitly go and assign it later. Okay, so that is again a tricky part of these organizations. And let me tell you, organization structure is very important. Even when I got trained 6 years back, even my trainer told me the same thing, because If you don't understand organization, if you haven't configured this organization structure correctly, rest of the things, whatever you implement down the line, maybe it's an compensation structure, security structure, or jobs position structure, anything, everything will be messed up. So if you doesn't concentrate, or if you doesn't do the functionality, and we have seen it, because there are few clients who went for a small companies for implementation, they have implemented, they came up and everything got messed up, and then again they came back to us and say that we want to re-implement the project because the organization structure was completely messed up, and due to that everything got messed up. Okay, so as a consultant you have to be very careful whenever you are configuring these hierarchies. All right.
A quick question. So when you were saying supervisory and subordinate organization, you said first you have to create the user in supervisory only.
No, I did not say you have to create a user in supervisory. I said you have to hire an employee in supervisory.
So every employee you have to hire in supervisory.
Right. Every employee should be hired in only supervisory organizations.
So so how will you differentiate? Because even if I'm hiring a manager, or because the term supervisory means something else. There's a reason I'm asking you, because I'm not able to relate the literal meaning and the technical thought process
See,
behind it.
here we are discussing about organizations. So still we are not in employee structure. Okay, so we are just saying that this is supervisory organization, this is cost center, this is company. We are just structuring your organizations. So whenever you are hiring employees, then you will come to know saying that when you hire an employee, okay, an employee can be there, and once you hire an employee, let's say I've hired 10 people in one supervisory organization, and then out of 10 people there can be one manager. Then I will assign a role called as a manager to that particular person who is there, who got hired in that supervisory, so that that person becomes a manager. So now we are not in that part, because when we go to the security, then we will discuss who is a manager. Manager is a role. Okay, HR manager is a role. Compensation administrator is a role. So these are all roles. So when you assign the role, that person will become that kind of an activity, and then he will be given certain permissions to do it. But in supervisory organizations, we will always hire employees. Clear?
Got you.